Hi everyone, it's Yvette Le Blowitz from spiritgirl.com and welcome to the Spirit Girl Talk Show podcast. I'm super excited to be here with you today in this online space and with our very special guest, and her name is Renee Metz. She is the co-founder of RITOLOGY. Renee, welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that we get to catch up today. So
Yes.
For all of our listeners joining in, can you tell them a little bit about yourself and also what RITOLOGY is and what it means?
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Renee Metz, as you've just explained. I have a background in events and marketing and logistics, I guess. So in that, there's a lot of business background, and my co-founder, Daegan, we met maybe 3 years ago. And, actually it would be more than that now. Time is escaping us. Maybe about 5 years ago. And we, after working together so closely for many years, we kind of had this discussion. We really wanted to create something together, but we wanted to make an impact on the world. So that's where RITOLOGY came into the picture. So we were doing researching around brands and products, and we came across the statistic that 2 billion plastic razors go to landfill every single year. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's incredibly shocking, and we just had to do something about it. And we started to research the product itself, razors, and what was currently out there. And majority of what was out there was catering to men. And as women who like the finer things in life, we love a wine, we love our coffee,
Yes.
We love taking time out for ourselves, we love a bath, we love the beach. We wanted to create something that sort of took all the things that we loved, rolled into one. And RITOLOGY means the study of rituals. So it was just, perfect. So that's sort of us and where we started.
Yeah, well, can I say, first of all, congratulations on your brand, the two of you. I know Daegan couldn't be here today because she's in Canada at the moment with all of the COVID-19 restrictions.
Yeah, she is Canadian, but so she's with her family, which is very lucky. But she was there for a 2-week holiday and can't get home. So.
Wow. But I have to say, so first of all, I didn't know that we have over 2 billion plastic razors that go into landfill every year. So first of all, thank you for raising the awareness of that, because I know how important it is, especially now, to take care of our environment. And because I travel a lot to the Maldives, it's becoming more and more important, definitely over there where it's tropical islands, to reduce waste plastics into the ocean. And that would be globally, and for everything to be going sustainable in our day-to-day life. But I love the quality. So, one of the things that really struck me was I loved your website. It was totally beautiful. Your Instagram is gorgeous, because I too love to practice self-care rituals along with the rest of the Spirit Girl community. So every Sunday globally, we invite all of our listeners and everyone who's part of Spirit Girl practice self-care rituals and taking time out for themselves on Sunday, which was a little ritual I learnt from my mum growing up as a kid in Australia. She used to paint her toenails and read feel-good books and do self-care rituals like skincare, and we watched a feel-good movie. So this is something I decided, I've been doing continually ever since, not knowing that a lot of women didn't do this.
Yeah, well, this is something that we really wanted to sort of bring to the surface as well with your daily rituals. So things like washing your face and shaving, it doesn't have to be a rushed chore. You can sort of take your time and really enjoy it. And yeah, there's those times that you just have to jump in the shower and jump out. But being mindful and treating yourself to a nice face mask, or even if it is 15 minutes that you take time out for yourself, it's really important.
Yeah, and the quality of your product. For all of our audio podcast listeners, you're going to have to follow SPAITGIRL on YouTube, right? Because I'm putting this up on YouTube so you can see the quality. But it was just so gorgeous. So the packaging, what blew me away, one, it doesn't come in plastic, of course, because your mission is to reduce plastic with both your razor and packaging. But it was so gorgeous. When I opened it up, it said, "Hey there, smooth operator," which I thought was so sweet. And then it came in this cork. Like, I have not seen that before. It was such amazing quality. And then this product here is quite heavy, like as in it feels great. And then I got the 10 blades.
Yeah.
Come with it. And it just is
so everything
beautiful. Can I say it's so Instagrammable too?
Yeah.
Well, Instagram, eat your heart out. This is going to look gorgeous in your bath shots. I kid you, Instagrammable. But yeah,
every single millimeter of the product is really thought out. So from the cork being cork is actually made from the bark of trees, so no trees are actually cut down when creating cork. Current options, so when I was saying before that we were looking at other options and nothing really satisfied our sort of high standards when it came to quality and sustainability, in that the tin we've placed it in can be used forever. You can take the cork out and use it for storage. Other options were either in cardboard that can be recycled, but that's just more energy going back into the whole system. Or foam was another option, and we were like, we don't want to have foam. It breaks down. It's just not the best option. So there was a long time in product development, but it's so important to us to have absolutely no compromises from the product to the packaging, and even shipping. I don't have the package on me right now, but it can go in the compost.
Yes, I was about to say that. When I received your packaging in the mail, it was such a beautiful gift, and it was not one I expected. So I looked at the Instagram, and you can look at your website, and it's still beautiful, and you can see that tin. But when I received it I'm getting goosebumps now. It's a goosebump moment. But when I actually received it, when I'm holding the tin, I could just feel how much love and passion and thoughtfulness, mindfulness, and how much you thought of everything, and how eco-friendly it was, sustainable. And I know my little niece now, who's 15 and up and coming, how much she loves the environment and wanting to save the turtles and the marine life and the ocean, and our planet. And I know that we too, even though I'm 43, have become so conscious now. Like, even when I went to Gili Lankanfushi in the Maldives, their whole resort is made out of recyclable materials. They recycle everything. And I believe it's going to become definitely something that we're going to be more conscious of. Because can I say that plastic razors, I hate to break it to you girls, I know you're going to agree, women, but one, they don't last long. We throw them in the rubbish. So we've now just realized we contribute to those 2 billion razors in landfill, but they don't give a smooth precision shade. And they give you hairs. And so this is going to help reduce irritation, which for me is a gift in itself. So thank you.
That's okay. And the thing is, if you have a high quality blade, there's no need for more than one blade. In fact, the more blades there are, it actually cuts. So they're designed to cut lower and lower. So the top blade will lift the hair up and cut lower, which actually leads to cutting the hair underneath the skin and then leading to redness and irritation and ingrown hairs and all the rest of it. So, and to add to that, the soap strips on the plastic razors are just adding to the chemicals that some products put on our skin. So we wanted to avoid all of that.
Yeah, and I love on your website, you've got what your community is saying. So a couple of the great comments, one here from Bryony Williams, was the quality is really luxe, which I totally agree. It made me slow down, which was so nice that your product can be used as that mindfulness, slowing down, shaving. It's just not a rush job or I have to do. It's become that beautiful, like you said, that self-care ritual.
Yeah.
Take your time,
and the feeling,
slow down.
The feeling after shaving with this razor is incredible.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's actually just so beautiful. And I love how she said it truly felt like a ritual, which I agree with you and you know as the brand owners, as opposed to my usual shaving chore. Because it's true. Yeah. With the plastic razors, we've got very caught up in it's just a chore, got to get it done. So she mentions plastic multiple blade. My multiple blade plastic razors are gone. And the expense of that, mind you, which totally agree, because they're not getting any cheaper in the supermarket. So she can now save money on plastic-free blades, but she's got a sharper, smoother shave. So it's just incredible to receive honest feedback, which I can actually go when I look at your marketing, feel the product, use the product, see what your customers say, go, yes, this is truthful, real,
thank you.
Authentic. It's just not marketing bullshit. It's all aligned and it's all people speaking their truth and you expressing your truth. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. And also, talking about the saving aspect as well, and talking about your niece it's so good to see that their generation is so passionate about the environment. But if we can get these girls and boys to switch from a plastic razor now, in their lifetime, we worked out that in someone's lifetime, they themselves can contribute 70 kilograms of plastic razors and the cartridges to landfill in their lifetime. So 70 kilos, that's a lot. And the money that they'll save, because that razor will last them for their entire life.
Yeah, because like now, obviously, I'm able to travel with you, which I'm super excited. Well, actually, when I get to travel again, mind you, I can't travel at the moment, but when I get to travel to the Maldives again, I'll be taking you with me. I'll probably be traveling around Australia a bit sooner than overseas, but that's why I love this as a travel gift. But I actually love now, because I'm generally going to a lot of island resorts and ocean, and I don't want to be taking plastic with me or contributing to plastic there. So I feel, and I even feel now like just, I do feel it's just a beautiful self-care ritual and amazing for self-care and self-love. So congratulations on creating.
Thank you.
But, I want to ask you, as a brand owner, what are some of your self-care rituals, apart from obviously using Ritology and shaving your legs or underarms or whatever? What are some other things you do to feel good from within?
Yeah, so I'm very much an outdoors person. We've got a veranda in our home, so I just love to step outside. I love going for a walk. I love yoga. I love just stretching. It depends on what I've got on for the day of what I actually do. But yeah, just setting that time in the morning. So a ritual for me is waking up quite early. I love watching the sunrise.
Oh,
So
wow.
this time of year is so beautiful. You don't have to wake up too early to get the sunrise, and it's just a beautiful temperature. It's nice and cold, and I'll do some meditation, I'll do some yoga. So that's probably my main sort of focuses, and sort of heightened in this whole situation that we're in at the moment.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, with COVID-19, it's caused a lot of added stress because, well, one, we weren't able to leave our homes or travel more than 52 Ks in Australia, but it brought on a lot of extra stress globally, just even watching the news and what was going on in our own country or otherwhere. Did you find that practicing meditation and the yoga and the walking has definitely helped with easing that stress or releasing, any anxiety,
Sure.
stress, and really helped?
Yeah, I notice a difference if I haven't spent time with myself in the morning or when I get a chance to. I don't like putting too much pressure on myself in I have to wake up at this time of the day. I have to get this done at this time of day. That works for some people, and some people need that to take some time off. But yeah, I so notice a difference.
Wow,
I
that's
haven't. Yeah.
amazing. And can I ask, a lot of girls that follow SPAITGIRL are either startup brand owners, run spas, or are just outright ambitious, big dreamers, go-getters, and guys listening in. So
Yeah.
you're all of the above too. But one of the areas that people always want to know from a startup brand owner or co-founder is, how do you avoid burnout? So when you're, creating this product, doing your branding, sourcing the best quality, everything, going live, doing marketing, media, and just developing brand, building brand, how do you
Yeah.
actually avoid burnout?
Yeah, it's something that you have to be incredibly mindful of, and even just recognizing it, asking the question is amazing, because sometimes it can approach you and hit you like a ton of bricks. And I've had it in the past when I was running events around the first sort of company business that I had. I was running events around Australia, women's wellness events actually.
Oh, wow.
When I was younger, and I just wasn't prepared for the workload of a small business and trying to grow it. But and I actually have to give credit to Daegan, my co-founder, as well. She is an absolute master. She's got 2 kids and always manages to get a huge amount done in the day. So
Wow.
she's absolutely amazing. So I guess for me to manage burnout, I've got a lot of ideas running through my head constantly, as I'm sure everyone listening who are trying to manage a startup or have an idea of a startup, sometimes that can be even harder because you just don't know where to start. So what I do is, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or if I'm feeling sort of anxious, I'll write down everything in my head, whether it's even personal things that you need to do, whether it's you need bread, you're running out of bread, whether it's even that you want to do some yoga in that day, or just every single thing in your head, whether you want to do a social media post, stories, whatever it is, these ideas, write them down, get them out of your head, go into fresh air, and just for 10 breaths, take deep breaths in fresh air. And it's amazing the calmness that can come over you just by doing that, because we're not magicians. We can't remember everything, and it's hard to be creative when everything's stuck in your mind as well.
Yeah, I love that advice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when you come back, another extremely important thing, if not the most important thing, is to look at your list and prioritize what's important. And this also came really strongly when I was running events too, because you've got a timeline. The event's not changing date, it's not changing time. You've got, whether it's weeks, days, hours, months, whatever it is, you've got that amount of time before it happens. So I prioritize what's a must, what's something that you must do to get your business started, or do you need to register a business name, or whatever it is, and then have the secondary things. So if you get to that in that day, that's great. If you don't, it's fine. Just don't put too much thought into it. But yeah, what's going to progress you forward is obviously at the top.
Wow, I love that. So put all of your thoughts, things that you've got to do, get all of those ideas, thoughts, must, whatever out, put it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, go outside, do some deep breathing, inhaling and exhaling, like 10 deep breaths. You're so lucky you have your balcony for that. That's amazing. And then coming back and looking at prioritizing. Did you have to get good with saying no to some things?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
There was a stage when, back to events as well, I learned a lot in those days. I basically said, and I wouldn't recommend this, but I would have to say no to every single social thing for, it was about 6 months, I would say, just because I had so much to do. And there is balance. But if that's what you enjoy doing and you're not getting overwhelmed, then by all means. But yeah, I definitely think it's important to take time away.
Wow. Now, with COVID-19, a lot of people have had to start working from home for the first time and found it really challenging to stick to a routine. You are so familiar with working from home as Girl Boss co-founder. Do you have to keep a very set routine? You still do your self-care rituals at the start of the day, then you literally do your work. Do you find that there's a point in time where you go, okay, I need to call it a day and go and have dinner? Because some women struggle with that. Especially if they don't have children, they want to still just work through, to midnight, which can then, if they're not getting enough sleep, contribute, if you do that day after day, to burnout. Do you find you still have to have a point where you go, okay, that's as good as it gets today, I'll start again tomorrow?
Yeah, there's so many different angles to this, but first of all, let's be real, our to-do list is never ending. There'll never be an end to the to-do list. And when you think you're at the end, 20 things will pop up that you have to do.
So true.
It's true, and it's just something that you have to accept. And if also we go in ebbs and flows, so there'll be times that there's a huge amount of urgent things that have to be done tomorrow, but again, prioritizing what's the most important. Some things, yes, you may have to say no to. So what's the most important thing to do by tomorrow that can't go missed? And more often than not, you'll have a couple of things that you can put to the side. But in those ebbs and flows, you may decide that this week you are able to work late every day, but maybe you'll have a bit of a sleep in. And with COVID-19, what's the end of the day? I've actually found that my days have sort of flipped. So I am really productive in the morning and at night.
Wow.
So that allows me time during the day to have a nice long lunch break. I actually find myself having a shower at like 10 a.m. because I can sort of rest, and I've done my morning work. I can have a shower, have a nice long lunch, and then get back into it in the afternoon and work into the night. So
so you can just really feel into how you're feeling and then work it around that.
Yeah. And just having boundaries. So you're not going to work until midnight every night for 3 months, but
Yes.
maybe it's okay for a few nights when
Yes.
you have to. So in the beginning, when you're first launching a brand, it's extremely difficult, and you probably will have tired nights, but
but
yeah,
it does
I think
get better. You're telling everyone it gets better. It gets better when the product's built and developed and ready to get go. Wow.
Yeah. And we always put like deadlines on things. Everyone has an idea of when they want to launch their business. And so often it will take a lot more time, take a lot more money sometimes. So we just can't beat ourselves up about those things and understand that it will happen every day. Just one step forward, one step forward, one step forward. And yeah.
Well, you must be so excited now. How does it make you feel after spending so much time, thoughtfulness, creating Ritology? I now have the product here in my hot hands. Super excited to be able to use this now. This amazing feel good, do good Ritology razor. Like, how does it make you feel now seeing all your hard work, you and Daegan, kind of come together as a brand owner? Does it make it all those extra nights
100%
worth it?
It's so worth it. And what drives us is knowing that we're making a huge impact. Yeah. So for all the spa owners, or no matter what business you're running, do it for your customers and knowing that you're making a difference in their life, and it makes it that much more rewarding when you go to work, or the late nights, or all the rest of it. It can be stressful, but yeah, it's extremely rewarding.
Yeah.
The product development took a very long time. But in saying that, the timing just worked out perfectly within the lead up to Christmas, and it all works out in the end.
Yeah, I just love it. I love your commitment to self-care, to rituals, to body, mind, spirit, to the environment, to the ocean, to our planet, just not for us, but for generations to come. It's just so beautiful. But I want to ask you another question, and I could speak to you all day about self-care, mind you, and rituals, as you know, but I want to ask you, because you and Daegan both follow, can I say, the SPAITGIRL travel show, which I'm super honored and excited about.
Yes.
Follow SPAITGIRL blog, so thank you so much.
We often have FOMO of you, but
I know, I often see when I'm just swanning around there in a little Sunny Life Australia flow up ring in the Indian Ocean, or visiting the spas. I know how much both you girls are like, So, but I want to ask you, because you're a big fan of traveling, not only in Australia, but also overseas. I know you're a massive fan of the Maldives.
Love the Maldives. The first place I want to go.
Yeah. What has been one of your favorite resorts that you visited? Because you know a lot of my favorite resorts, because I'm always sharing that at SPAITGIRL and at SPAITGIRL Travel. But what's been one of your favorite Maldives experiences?
Yeah, so we went to, actually around this time last year, the Sun Siam Irafushi, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it was incredible. I actually don't know when we go back to the Maldives where we will go next, because it surpassed all of our expectations. The food was incredible, the rooms, the service. We actually made really good friends with a lot of the staff there. So it was amazing.
Yeah, wow. Can I ask, did you love swimming in the crystal clear water? Because in Australia we have a lot of sharks we have to worry about. stingers. It's pretty hectic. We're at a bit of a high risk when we go into the water. But did you love the feeling of swimming and knowing that you're safe?
I cannot, like, this makes me laugh because I'm scared of open water, and I don't surf. I live on the Gold Coast. I've tried surfing, but I'm just so scared of what's underneath. And over there, I was swimming with the sharks. We snorkeled every single day out in the ocean. It was just absolutely amazing. And every time you're walking along the platforms to get to your room or to get to a restaurant or something, the water is so blue and so crystal clear. It's so hard not to just dive in all of your clothes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just because it's really hard to explain to people, and I think that's why Aussies love the Maldives so much, because for me, I'm not even the best swimmer, but I'm very conscious when I go to the Maldives. Like, you don't even need to be a good swimmer. You could just sit in that water, but the knowing that I'm safe and an irrikanji or jelly box fish isn't going to get me. And I actually just love swimming there. It's my number one place to swim. And if you're not a good swimmer, or you can't surf, or in Australia, we've got so much to think about that we're stressed out at times when we go in the water. That is so amazing. So I can imagine.
I remember at the airport with all the seaplanes, and we walked out, and the ocean even there, or the water there, is so crystal blue. And we thought, if this is what it is like in this hub of activity and like seaplanes everywhere, what is it going to be like on this island in the middle of nowhere? So
it's so amazing. I'm so glad that we get to share that love of travel to the Maldives together in harmony. And your product is absolutely RITOLOGY. For any Maldives resort out there is incredible, because they're really going down that path of environmental sustainability. A lot of resorts are getting rid of the plastic bottles to reduce plastic into the environment, the ocean. They're really going into that sustainable resorts, and that's globally. So any hotels, resorts, spas, salons, RITOLOGY, if you want that in your retail store, I've got to give you a big plug out.
Thank you.
The podcast show's just come into a bit of a plug, and Renee's going, I didn't know this was going to be happening, but it has to happen today because I love the product, so that's why we're here. But and I love hearing what you think of the Maldives too, because I haven't been to that resort that you have mentioned, though I want to now go. Hint, hint.
Oh my gosh, the food is, I can't even comprehend how good the food was. That's probably also the thing that we were most blown away by, is you're in the middle of nowhere and this food is absolutely to die for. I think there was something like 6 restaurants on the island.
Yeah, and you mentioned something else which is so unique, is the people, the staff. That's why I love going there. I make so many friends, and they just they're just so friendly and so lovely. And you do want to go back to that same resort, like you mentioned, because you go back as a family member, a friend, and you kind of pick off where you last left. But at the moment, you can't travel more than 52 Ks. But I can see that you're going to be looking forward to having another holiday again. Sure. Now, how can we all stay in touch with you and your brand and RITOLOGY? What's the best way?
So the website is ritology.co, and the Instagram is RITOLOGY Daily, so RITOLOGY Daily. And personally, I am Renee May with 2 Ys, RENEEMAYY, and Daegan is Daegan_coin. So yes, there's 3 ways that you can sort of follow us.
Yeah, well, I'm so grateful and honoured that we got to catch up today, and I really congratulate you both again on your launch of Ritology, on the product. The quality is phenomenal. I've never felt a razor so good. I've never been so inspired to shave at home.
Oh, that's amazing. That's exactly what we want.
It's just, for me, for all the girls who have a bath out there, you are going to be in bath heaven. Even if you have a shower like me, that's okay. But the whole self-care ritual. And for me to hear that women now like me feel really inspired that they're getting rid of the expense of the plastic razors, which come in so much plastic at the supermarket, that's an expense that's gone because they're getting the 10 blades already from the kit. But to hear that they're inspired to slow down, the chores gone down to this beautiful self-care ritual, and that they're feeling good and that they're doing good. I just feel that you've really captured a beautiful self-care ritual for everyone. Mind you, we're going to have smooth legs. Because I know at the moment there's a
in the world
going around about strawberry legs, where people are getting these little bumps and irritations. And you know what? At the moment, no one's been able to go and get waxing, right? Because we haven't been able to during COVID-19. So that's why I really love your product also, because once you have a premier product like this razor here at home, when you can't get to the salon or the spa for waxing, people don't have to stress out anymore.
And the waxing constantly is quite disruptive to the skin as well. So if you shave every second time, or even with laser, you have to shave before you get laser. So it's the cleanest shave that you can possibly get before going to get your treatments.
Yeah, and not to mention, when we all get to travel again, we have this cool little take it with you in the box. I mean, you don't have to take it in the box, but it's quite cute. If you want to do Instagram photos at the resort you're at, and then tag Ritology wherever you are, because you've got your community happening there. But really love it. I can't encourage people more to get on and check out Ritology. That's RITOLOGY.co. I'm going to put it in the comment section. But once again, I could talk to you literally for hours. We had a massive catch up actually before we got on. But once again, just want to thank you and Daegan again for creating Ritology, a beautiful, premium, sustainable personal care product that the SPAITGIRL travel show, blog, podcast, global community can now use and practice their self-care with. So
thank you so much.
Bye. Can't wait to follow your journey. We're going to look back at this podcast in years to come and go, oh my goodness, like look how far this journey has come, because from little things, big things grow. So goosebump moment.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much for being so passionate about our brand and our product. It really means the world.
And thank you again for like raising awareness of just how many billions of plastic razors are going into landfill. Looking after our planet and our community people with self-care and mindfulness and health and wellness is amazing, but also reducing plastic and looking after our ocean and our world and our community environment, for me, is one of my biggest passions. And moving forward, I'm going to be sharing more eco-sustainable products and brands like yourself, the founders, their self-care rituals, plus more resorts that are focused on sustainable hotels and sustainable resorts. So thank you again.
The world needs more of that, and I can't wait to follow along.
Yeah, and I can't wait to be part of your feel good, do good community at RITOLOGY. We will officially say goodbye. Thank you again, Renee, for being part of the Spirit Girl Talk Show podcast. And thank you to all of our listeners globally. I would love for you to pop on to subscribe to the Spirit Girl Talk Show podcast on whatever podcast app you're listening to leave a 5-star rating and review, and to tell someone you love too. If you want to watch this in video format, head over to YouTube channel Spirit Girl. On that note, we'll see you and hear from you by the comments. We will say goodbye. Love you all to bits. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Bye.